Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 11 reveal video. Alright, so the Kombat cast is continuing on, and we're about to actually get a look at Kitana's gameplay. They're going to do a breakdown of her, and so I'm just going to check that out, provide some commentary. I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm a bit disappointed about the fact that it seems as though there's not going to be any Melina, based on the fact that Kitana was clearly using some of her moves, but maybe they'll talk about it and maybe we'll get some more information, I don't know. But regardless, Kitana, she looks so good and I've been waiting for this, so I'm going to be happy even if Melina's not in the game. I'm going to be happy to play with Kitana and Jade and Scarlet and so many others, so I'm not gonna cry or complain too much or anything. I'm still really excited. So let's go, let's see. Kitana gameplay. Here we go.
And the princess has returned.
That intro, is that not the best intro, like, ever?
So you've been excited about this stream for a bit.
A long time, yes.
And I like how you went with blue. You had the blue motif going on.
Yeah, of course.
So yes, Kitana has returned to...
But I agree, like, her intro was phenomenal.
I don't think she's ever been cooler.
You carried it like that.
I mean, her look is great, her face is amazing looking, her costume, both human and
yeah, we actually got to see her face without the mask. And
it was a surprise. Frigid take.
That would have been hilarious. We're like, so Steve, Kitana's back. What do you think? And
yeah, she's like, okay.
Whatever, you know. No, she's great.
Yeah, that would never happen.
I haven't played with her a lot. I've played against you a lot, and it's been fun. So tell me, just from the start, what do you think about Kitana right now? How is she playing? What should people be looking for?
I think the main thing about Kitana is her normal attacks are pretty much completely redone. There's a couple things that we wanted to bring back. Like, you'll see in a second that forward 2 is like a long range, like, good footsie tool, which is the last 2 games, that's kind of what you want to do in the mid-range. Other than that, though, her normal attacks are pretty different.
Yeah, for the most part, she's always holding her fans. Right?
Yes,
like they're more of a weapon again.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense,
right?
what they're doing.
Don't forget, too, in that trailer, because the season before as well.
Yeah.
Which we will be getting to. After this, we're going to do a couple things with Cetrion. We know we showed her on Game Informer. Show a couple things, and then we'll get to Devore after that. So, back to Kitana.
So she uses her fans all the time now. Her special moves are where she's also quite different. Like, a lot of the classic special moves are back that you'd expect. Like, she's still going to throw her fans and do square away, but she's got like 5 or 6 brand new moves that she's never had.
Like different flair on the older moves and things like that.
I'm excited to see.
Yes, a lot of the older moves have been completely reanimated. I think she has like almost a dance-like quality. I think that's how I would describe her. Like,
that's what she looked like in the
she was heavily like
commercial
assassin-based,
and
like,
in the trailer.
Kung fu kind of stuff, and that's still there, but it's a lot more graceful and elegant, I think, in this game. Which
cool. Well, let's get to it.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Steve.
Yes, let's take a look. Oh, it's her Revenant outfit. Okay.
I think one thing that's really interesting is she has a lot of really long multi-line
I like
strings
it. I know not everyone's a fan of the Revenant things, but...
Right. You can see here, this is her forward 2, so it's got a ton of range, but the thing is, while these do good damage and have a lot of hits, you actually can't hit confirm a lot of them because you have to kind of dial them out. Like,
because they are a lengthy dialing combo.
Yes.
She's fast.
This is like kind of one of her main strings, and you can either cut it short or do this last part here. She has a low that'll actually pop them up a little bit. She doesn't get a traditional combo mid-screen, but in the corner she can.
Okay.
And she does not have a pop-up overhead like a lot of characters, but she does have pretty good range on her hop attack.
And a lot of her moves are also knocking them back. She is kind of a human character, too.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
makes sense.
That's still really good. It's not just
I know a lot of people are going to be mad about that.
But they are beautiful. I love the little pose there.
Awesome.
Her last one I'd like to show is her back 1, which is a pretty fast, good range mid. And she has a couple of extensions off of it. And this one here, during the kicks, you can kind of hit confirm, see if it hits, let the whole string go. You can stagger it. And it is actually a crushing blow on a punish or a counter hit.
I think we saw part of that in the
trailer. It's really good damage and pushes them full screen for her zoning.
Can we see her down 1?
Her down 1 is exactly what you want from it. I would consider it a failure if her down 1 was not that.
Right. Here's a question for you. As a former top Kitana of the world.
Many, many years ago.
Tell me, how many times do you think you've done a down 1 with Kitana?
The down 1 has made me quite a lot of money. That's all I can say.
back in the day when you were doing it, there wasn't quite a lot of money though.
Well, when you were as consistent as I am getting top 8,
I think that her ribbon outfit looks
when you
badass.
do top 8 at every tournament you win, because you're just that tight, it adds up.
It does.
I'm gonna be curious to see if they've got like
Push the button.
creepy crowns and stuff as options for her with anything.
It's just pressing.
I mean, the 1,000 times I mean per game.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Like, that was her anti-air, her footsie tool, her mix-up tool. So let's go into her special moves. We'll start with the standard moves. Her fan toss is back. Like the last game, it's super fast. It's a high attack. It can hit people in the air. If you amplify it, she does a double one. This can catch people jumping or that are trying to walk in after the first one. It's a great projectile. Her air fan is back, but in my opinion, her ground fan is kind of her core footsie tool and or zoning tool in this one. Very similar to MKX. Fan lift is back. It's exactly what you want. It's a combo starter. And now she has a new move, which I just whipped. This cool throat slit. And this to me is how you're going to end most of your juggle combos. And it has a crushing blow if you do an 8-hit combo.
Oh, nice.
So once per game, you can kind of cash in, do an 8-hit combo, and then a throat slit, and get significantly extra damage. But again, with the crushing blows, you can only do it once per match. So you kind of got to know, like, if they're going to die anyway, you don't want to cash out.
Yeah, I got to say, we've been playing a lot of the game in the studio.
Yeah,
a lot of people, which is awesome. And like the meta game of figuring out your crushing blows and when you want to use them, and the times you actually really down to when they're pretty much dead anyway, and you waste it because you didn't put a hold on.
Yeah,
like this meta game, I can't wait for the fans to start playing because it is some of my favorite parts of the game right now.
She's got kind of a Liu Kang-ish kick.
The amplify is really, really cool. Normally she can only do it in the air. And that's where we can get into the loadouts I made. I made 2 loadouts to show.
Okay.
So the first one, I gave her Ground War, which allows her to do square boost on the ground.
Okay.
It behaves just like the air one. It's super fast, so it's almost like a Shadow Kick or Raiden Superman. It's a great combo with her. Like, for example, normally you can't combo with this. If you have Ground War equipped, I'll go ahead and go into square
I'm glad that she has a version of it that's with everything,
I gave her
even if it's just in the air.
Back, which is essentially like a double jump where you lower. So you can do stuff like, normally she does jump kick fan to kind of get in. You can fake it out if they try to anti-air.
Very useful sometimes in MKX.
Or you can use it to get over projectiles. Maybe like Noob throws a shadow or Liu Kang throws a low fireball and you're going to hit the ground. You can do flutter.
Very
and lastly, in this loadout, I gave her Royal Protection, which is a projectile absorb.
Hey, you can use Jax this time to set up.
Yeah,
projectile absorb.
So you see her fans start glowing. When she absorbs a projectile, she actually gets a damage buff on all her fan attacks while the fan is glowing. So you kind of are zoning the opponent out.
That's interesting.
You absorb a projectile to stop their zoning, and then that actually amplifies her melee to then go in and use her offense, which is pretty cool.
That is cool. Long chain combos as well, right? Like the damage is just going to.
It's going to add up. Yeah,
it's awesome.
So one interesting thing is, we talked recently about how we're going to have 2 preset loadouts for tournament and ranked play. This is actually one of her tournament loadouts that I made. This is the one that I like using. I've been using it against you a lot. Right. So here's an example.
My Jax one actually is good.
Yeah, the one that you just use for Jax is. So those are the 3 moves she gets. So how about one more loadout?
It's good that they're giving us that.
We'll be playing about that, I'll say, in tournament.
In tournament, yes.
Give people a sense.
Who's ready for that?
You always have to be ready for tournament.
Because I know a lot of people have been asking about that.
Well, usually you get an invitation to the tournament.
Do you not want to?
Did you not get your ancient scroll?
No, I did not get an ancient scroll.
Do you not want to do that today?
Are you afraid?
Whoa, buddy. I'm not afraid of anything. I just...
Alright guys, come on, more Kitana please.
To do the belt battle, I don't know what their tournament loadout is, but you know what? Let's do it.
Well, you will find out as the community does.
Well, actually, yeah, I mean, we're all going to find out today. Yeah, let's do it. And then my witty name won't be there. Oh, that's okay.
Let's go for her fatal blow before we go to loadout 2.
Well, wait, we got to get the camera back. There it is. Alright, I got it.
You can see the into the attack is
the running,
really long range
it's really similar to when Jackie was running in hers, but
it's not like super fast, but the range makes up for it.
But I like the flying in the air thing that we saw in the commercial also.
Real quick, do you have any sort of lore about? I mean, listen, doesn't have to be about 11. We cannot have a combat cast without a Kitana lore minute.
Well, I can say this is a little known fact. It's from John Tobias's notes that came out a couple years ago. Kitana was actually originally planned to be an MK1 under the name Katsune, and her role in the story was going to be Shang Tsung's daughter, and you would win her hand in marriage if you won the tournament. Oh. But they, you know, they had a lot of strategies that they never really went with, and they used her for MK2.
Nice, nice.
And that has been
Steve's Lore Minute.
I like
awesome.
Katana we have.
Alright, so I'm using the human skin, which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
She has another version that's
the blue looks so good.
Well, you're gonna see that in a
really
couple weeks.
vibrant.
Yeah, so in this loadout, I gave her two things. The first is Edenian Razors, which is this cool move where the fans circle them, it hits 3 times. You can use this.
I'm right there with Berg.
Berg in the power station
The
is distracting you, like acting the move out. So this move is really good to make your strength safe. It can also be an anti-air, you can get combos off of it.
Oh, the anti-air part is actually... Ooh, ooh.
You can also use it in the corner
Nice.
to get combos that typically aren't possible. So, for example...
That combo, that was nice.
Oh, combo people are gonna play her.
Aren't possible. It's possible.
Normally aren't possible.
I got you.
And she's
The
so
cost of
fast.
this is you actually give up fan lift. So
Oh,
mid-screen
whoa.
combos are going to be significantly
That's
less.
a-
You're gonna
yeah,
have to just do
that's a
string,
big
like
trade-off.
special move, but in the corner
one
you
of
can
her
see there
core
you're going to be
moves.
doing hella damage. So that's one of the things that's kind of a trade-off. Then I also gave her Half-Blood Stance, which you can see in the trailer. She pulls out Melina's side, and from here she has a couple moves she can do. One is the familiar classic Melina Teleport. Another is she throws the Sai up in the air, and then she's freed up, and Katana can go in for pressure. So
I
your
like
opponent's gonna
the
have to block,
idea
look out for the side,
of
which is
being
gonna
able
hold
to
them where they
use
are,
these moves
and she
together.
can go in for throws.
Unlike with
whatever else
Jade's
she wants to
Mournful,
do.
where, you know, if you had the
Especially
glaive,
get
you
them
lost the
blocking.
fans.
You do a
But
bunch of fans, get them blocking, then throw this
I
out.
just
And then
don't
if they start
know
getting used to it,
why
it's trying
she
to
would
attack
have
you out of it,
Melina's
you cancel
moves.
it. Lastly, she has the side stab, which is a great combo in there. And that has a crushing blow, and the requirement is pretty interesting. It's to have hit with 3
when
of
she
these
had
cycles. So normally,
Jade's, it made sense because she was mourning her, you know. But she hates
after you do 3
Melina.
of these, the next time you do it, you're going to get that,
Maybe
and that's
it's
actually
like,
going to pop them up.
I killed Melina, and now I have this. I don't know.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Fangirl is a really good, good name.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Pretty fun.
So I would say that is our look at Kitana. She's
She looks fantastic.
redone in a lot of ways, a ton of new animations. But I think those familiar with Kitana, like if you want, you know, the really good zoning with fans, you want the big conversions, the really good combos. She's still like a combo queen character. I think you'll be right.
People will be
She's
happy.
a fresh take, but pretty familiar if you like Kitana.
My phone was ringing.
Who would call you right now?
It looked like a telemarketer, to be honest.
You should have answered.
Well, yeah.
It was on the stream.
Yeah,
You have an important update about your car insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. So that's great, Steve. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I'm super stoked to see everyone play her.
And she has a bunch of other really cool moves too, like
Yeah, the trailer you could see there was a teleport in there where
Yeah.
she had moves from that. There's a bunch of stuff.
the fans that like come together. Like she's got a lot of.
So
cool
there's going to
tools.
be a lot of stuff to check out
Super cool.
when the game comes.
One thing real quick before I forget, Alicia Marie, a cosplayer who's been part of the MK Collective, which we'll be talking about here in a little bit.
Alright.
We'll be doing an AMA on Discord
probably
after the stream. So go to our Discord for
pausing
that.
this
There's a
for
rumor
a minute
floating
so
around.
that I don't
I
end
might
up
be doing
actually
one next in a week and a half. Or
going
so.
too far and
Maybe.
missing anything. But yeah, okay, well, that was Kitana's gameplay breakdown, and I'm pretty excited, guys. I liked what I saw. I liked the 2 skins that we have for her so far, and I'm curious to see what else there is, and Steve said he likes it even better. Curious to see what that one will be. But I like the look of her. I like the play style that she seems to have. It seems to be a good combination of all the best elements of Kitana. I know it's not going to be crazy combos in the way that she was in MKX, but no characters are going to be that way. And it seems to me out of most of the characters that they've shown that she has some longer combos than, you know, most anyone. I do think it's interesting that you have to give up fan lift in return for that one move, which they feel like that move in particular is good for corner combos, but fan lift is a pretty significant move for her to have, so I don't know how many people are going to want to go with that variation in particular. I don't know, but I also thought it was good that they actually showed us the two variations that are going to be in there right off the bat, so people will have some sense. Hopefully they'll do that with Devora too when we get a chance to look at her. I'm still like, the Melina thing, I don't really get it unless they just put it in there just to, as a nice, like, I don't know, touch for fans, the way they did with Jade and Mournful, and I'm fine with that, I'm okay with that. But, like, character-wise, it doesn't make as much sense to me because she would actually be mourning Jade, and that's why it made sense that she would have some of her moves and weapons, whereas she just absolutely hates Melina. So if Melina's dead, then she wouldn't really be mourning her, I wouldn't think. So the only thing I can think of, as I said, is maybe it's like actually like a taunt, like a screw you to Melina, you're dead and I've got your weapons. I don't know. But nonetheless, I mean, she looks fantastic and I'm really excited to play her. I'm excited to check out the other moves that they didn't show. Just probably the most exciting reveal for me so far. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this video up and then I'll come back with one more breaking down Devora, whom I'm also excited to see because I've heard she has the creepiest fatality and the most upsetting fatality of anybody in the game, which is gonna say a lot considering Garrus' second one. Ugh. But alright guys, so thank you very much for joining me and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.